Hey guys, it's River. I just thought I'd jump on and do a quick BTC video for you guys and just show you why I think my charts are the way that they are and where they all came from. So if you have a look at this BTC chart at the moment, obviously I haven't filled this in just yet. I'm just going to go through the start of it with you guys. So what we have at the beginning of our correction, in my opinion, we've had this is a big W wave. So it's a double three WXY correction, which is all one big W. So you've got the WXY for your little w, your little any three, you know, an X wave can be any three correction, or it's in a failed impulse essentially. So our little X wave there. And we've got the next Y wave double three correction to finish off this big W wave here. We've had an X wave triangle here right before our big drop down from 6K. And now together I'm going to go through this pattern here with you guys and just explain basically what I am seeing. So assuming that this is the start of the big W wave, this is what I currently see at the moment. So just Elliott wave wise at the moment, we are most likely, we've got 1, 2, 3 waves. So that's a little W, X, and a Y down here. Let me just change that down. Okay. I'm going to zoom in a little bit further for you guys. Okay, so it's impossible to break this down into 5 waves. So this is not a first wave of 5. It's really, really, really hard to do that with this wave here. So what it is, most likely we've got, I'll zoom in a little bit more. We have your 1, 2, 3 for your W wave here, a little X or failed impulse here. And then we start down for our Y wave, which is 1, 2, 3, X, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 3, 3, 3 as well. 1, 2, 3. All right, so that's part 1. Then we've still got this little bit here. So a lot of people I know have been saying that this is all part of a triangle, but I don't believe they are correct. Because what I do see is this as an X wave here. So you've got an ABC flat up here. Zoom in. A, 3 waves, B, 3 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. So A, B, C flat, which is our little X wave in between. And then we come down here and we've got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, little X wave here, and then 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's a WXY as well. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So remember all this mess. I'm going to take away this. We know that this is WXY. I'm going to draw this WXY. Now, a lot of you might remember I expected this wave to go a little bit lower than this at this stage, but we didn't quite get there before we had the next X wave up. So let's just zoom in a little bit further. What do we have here? We have first wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, third wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ending diagonal here. Okay, now the reason why I think this is finished is because of this structure here, not quite finishing up 5 waves. 1, 2, 3, 4, little, looks more like a B wave, okay, little triangle there. So that's not quite a 5th wave, but I'm just going to leave that labeled like that as an X wave. So now, as current, so this would essentially be, we zoom back out again, I'm going to go back to the 4 hour. So we've got our X wave, so this is our Y wave here. Okay. Y wave. Red. There we go. Okay. And we've got our X wave here. Now we would essentially be starting the beginning of, oh sorry, it's a W wave. Ignore me. So it's a big W wave, a little X wave here, failed impulse, and then we're coming down for our Y wave at the moment. So currently what I think we have done is we've got a WXY here. We have an X wave here. It's kind of like a triangle. Okay. Now we've begun, and I believe we might have just completed this next WXY. WXY. Okay, and we should be heading up now. Now, where should we be heading up to at the moment? So this should be the completed WXY at the moment. So we should do most likely a 3.82 or a 0.5 correction. Just exactly where that wick is. Pull it down. Assuming that we have completed here, we could essentially get a run up here to around 3,790, possibly as high as 3,905, depending. So let's look inside this just to make sure it is complete. So what have we got here? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just assume that's 5. A little X wave up here, and then we have WXYX. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As our Y wave, okay. So we should head up here to this region at the moment. Okay, so then what's going to happen after that? Obviously, we're going to drop again because this is all one big W wave. Okay, it's a W wave of the beginning of the next Y wave. All right, so we could assume that we're going to do this, we've done that. We're going to come up to somewhere, either one of these regions here, and then we're going to head down again for the Y wave. Now, where do I think we're going to go after that? Backing out this here. We should essentially head somewhere to this region here, the 2922, 2847, or even as low as here. Okay, but once we get more information of this chart, once we finish up our X wave here, and then we start to get the next kind of drops down, it'll be easier for us to be able to see where we'll end up at the end here. Okay, so let me go into the daily at the moment. Pull up my RSI. So you can see here, we did get some bullish divergence here. All the way from back here, down to there, all right? And then what we've got is our X wave has come up from there. Now what we've actually got created is a bullish, a bearish continuance here. Okay, so this part is higher, as you can see. So the wicks, the bodies of the candles here are higher than the bodies of the candles that have finished up on here on the daily. So what we have is actually on top of the bullish divergence, we have a bullish continuance, which implies that this failed X has completed, and then we should start heading down for these lower targets here. Now, what I'm expecting with this run up is we get another bearish continuance, around here. So, maybe the candles don't close as high as these targets and we end up with a wick just there on the daily. And then we create either the RSI goes up really, really high, or the bodies of the candles don't close above these lines here, and we do get a bearish continuance there before starting making our way down. Now, my target, I think we're going to get the lower one, but of course I'm going to leave these higher ones here just in case of that. Because of the size of this wave here, it would be natural for us to go down even lower. I'm going to put on, just zoom that in there. And basically the intention is that when we get this low down here, whether it be down here as well, ideally the RSI on the daily wouldn't pass this red line here. And given that the price action will be lower than 3,285, we should essentially get a really, really bullish divergence, and it will actually be a pivot because we've already had the bullish divergence here, which caused that little wave up here. And so what would happen then is we could actually get quite a big run up. So assuming that, let's say we reach our first lower target down here, all right, we're going to get some sort of retrace, which will be an X wave, because remember that this is one big W wave. All right, so we've got the W, the X, the Y, and then the Y is in the making at the moment. And then once we've finished this Y wave, this is a big W. So we'd go, let's say we go for the higher targets. We're going to come up for an X, and then I'll calculate that one in a second. So we're essentially, okay, I'll just mark that. Should come up to somewhere around there if we reach our higher targets and reverse. Otherwise, it will most likely be these lower regions here. So essentially, depending on where we end up down here, this is poised for a really good run up. Okay, given the bullish daily divergence, we're going to get that pivot there. I don't see the RSI going any lower than 9 on the daily with this drop here. I think that we've recovered enough to be able to come down and create an even bigger bullish divergence here for a nice run up before we do head down again. Now, this part is the quite scary part of where we're going to end up. So I'm just going to make this a different color and make it a little bit bigger so it's easier to understand. Okay. I don't like that one. That's better. All right. So it could, I'm just going to draw an arrow there as well so that you guys know that they're both options to head up towards. And then let's calculate the end of this next Y wave. Okay. I'm going to use this top wave here. Pull it down. There. All right. This is beautiful. So see, there you go. We should actually head down to this 2649 exactly. So I'm going to leave this pink line here. I'm going to draw it in pink because that's the target, the long-term target. So that's beautiful. I'm going to make that pink for you guys so that you know that that's a different region. That would be a really nice place for that bounce, for that X wave. That would be really, really nice. Now, in this sense, we will have reached the 0.786 on this drop down. So essentially, because we've reached that zone, we should come down to this 1-to-1 region here. and hit that Y target there at about 1,244. Now that, once that's completed, it's going to be really, really hard to say where it goes. There should be some sort of recovery bounce there. How big it will get is yet to tell, because we could still get a Z wave after, because we have essentially big picture wise. Now, let me get rid of that fib. All right, we've got all our targets there. We have completed a big WXY once that is complete. Now, what could happen is we get another X wave up and we come down for a Z. I think that would be the most likely scenario at this point, because I don't think the bear market will finish here. We could start an impulse. You know, it's really, really, really too early to say at this point, unless we get some big news around this point here. And, you know, the technology in BTC is upgraded. Unless something happens, I don't see a big run up just yet. So what we would essentially do is get another X wave, just like we had here. You know, in any form, an X wave can be any corrective pattern, except for an expanding triangle. So an expanding triangle is something that looks like this. That's an expanding triangle there, as opposed to a regular triangle as we see here. So that's the only real pattern that an X wave cannot be. So, you know, of course, this is going to be a long, long way away now. You know, this is probably what we won't reach until the end of the year. And then, you know, we'll see where we go from there. So, but long-term wise and short-term wise, we should get this little X wave up here. Get my chart back up. Okay, given that if we have reached this local bottom here, I do think that we have. I'm gonna leave that there, because I do think that we have, and we should head up to these regions here, but then we should head down to this, you know, 2,900. I think most likely 2,600 kind of region, but somewhere around this mark here at the moment before our big bounce. So that should be a really, really nice bounce. So, you know, this 2,600 region, we should get a really nice bounce up to the mid 4,500s, possibly as high as 5,000. So, but only time will tell at this point where we're going to end up. But that is just a quick explanation of why I think we're headed the way we're headed at the moment, guys. If you have any questions, please let me know. I did do this a bit rushed today, so I hope it was clear enough. But yeah, if you have any questions, just please let me know. And I'll see you all in the Discord. Bye-bye.